We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5.
Can you hear it?
What's up, everybody?
What's good, fam?
Welcome to the Terrible Reception Radio Show.
Yes, sir. Welcome to episode 42.
As the world burns.
As the world burns right before us. It's episode 42 of the Terrible Reception Radio Show / podcast. We are your hosts. I am Jay Suarez. I haven't done that in a while, a.k.a. Jetplane J on all social media platforms.
And I am Parlay, a.k.a. Trap Jesus, a.k.a. Jalapeno Poppy.
Jalapeno Poppy?
No, I'm just kidding.
Do you like jalapenos?
My name is Camembert Kenny.
Camembert Kenny. Chamomile Kenny?
No, I'm kidding. It was too early for that.
Chamomile Kenny?
Chamomile Kenny. Yeah, that's like that. I'm like a calm guy.
Now.
Yeah. Chamomile.
Chamomile.
That's one of my favorite teas. I like the one with the CBD infused because it puts you right to bed.
I gotta try that.
That's really nice.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So head over to YouTube if you haven't already, and if you have, make sure you're subscribed to the channel.
And you're wearing pants.
And you're wearing, if you want to wear pants, it's cool.
I know. Just at least be business up top, nonchalant on the bottom.
Party downstairs. Party next door. No, party's downstairs.
Oh. That's like a Drake line right there.
There you go. Party, holla. Head over to YouTube, like, subscribe, turn on that bell notification so you get a notification every time we drop a video. Head over to Apple Podcasts and leave a rating and leave a review. That way we look cool in the infamous algorithm. And then head over to...
Just let us know.
And then head over to Spotify and follow the podcast. So I know a couple people told me they don't have Apple products. So they're like, hey, I can't subscribe on Apple Podcasts. I'm like, we're available on Spotify and YouTube. So
what's your take on Apple products versus Android? I feel like Apple is way more straightforward and clean looking.
Yes, that's it.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. I was a big Android person for a long time until I made the switch over to Apple, mainly because of the ease of workflow for us. Mm-hmm. When it comes to like photography, editing, video editing, airdropping is the best.
Yeah, 100%. Like my dad, when I told him I was going Mac route, he almost had a conniption, right? Is that the right word?
I don't know what connip is.
Conniption. It's kind of like you have like a breakdown. He's such a PC guy. Like he's like, I can't believe you're going with Mac. You pay triple the price for half the speed and blah blah blah. You can build your own PC. And I was like, Dad, listen, it's a clean look and you know it. And he's like, okay, you got me. It's a good picture. It's very clean. But listen, why are you going to spend so much money on these Mac people? Mm-hmm. They just make it for people that are stupid.
That is true.
It is true. Mm-hmm. He said a lot of valid points, but at the same time, I was like, yo, listen, Mac community. We work on Pro Tools. Mm-hmm. It's Mac-based.
That's it.
Photoshop has become, I mean, I can't say it's Mac-based, but like,
both, yeah.
You know.
I surprisingly, like when I was having like issues with the OBS program, which is the live streaming program, there's a lot more troubleshooting shit for PC users.
Yeah.
Which I find very interesting. Because I thought most of the world is using Mac anyway, but...
My dad would tell you otherwise.
Yeah. Apparently, a lot more people are using PC-based stuff. So.
Corporations use a lot of PC-based computers.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
because they're cheaper.
Yeah, like the fancy Brooklyn kids always use Macs. They're like, Mom and Dad, I just opened a $100,000 business and
let's get a Mac.
We need 5 Macs just to start. It's like, what do you do? You're like, you know.
I'm an entrepreneur.
Spell it. He's like, well,
do you know how to spell entrepreneur? I've seen it so many times and I still have trouble spelling.
Listen, straight up, like, you know when they make memes about rappers that can't spell? Mm-hmm. It's because of me. Because like, yeah, there you go. No, I really can't spell for shit. I'm a smart guy, but at the same time, like, I don't know what gets.
Try it. Spell it. Go.
ENT Raupneur. I don't know. See, I'm just throwing letters out there.
It sounded like that.
I know. No, you know what it is?
It's entree.
It's French too.
Preneur.
It's French too. So
That's how I know how to spell
I just look horrible all around. Anyway, I have my own business. I'm an entrepreneur, but I can't spell it.
You don't have to.
I deal with so many other things. It's kind of like you go to school. You're like, I should learn how to spell. I should know how to do basic math. And as an adult, we have to be honest with ourselves where we're like, I fucking forgot most of it. Mm-hmm. And on top of having that and what's that called? When you see shit backwards, like you think dyslexia, like a 6 is a 9. I'm like, everything fucks with me. So I'm like, fuck it. See, I don't even know dyslexia. I'll be like, and I'm like, when you deal with that
over here. Oh man. Okay, that's a great intro to the show.
Oh man.
As you guys may see that we are sitting at an angle today. So we're just trying different things, see what looks best on the show.
If you had gotten your nose ring, I would have been like, you're just sitting like this.
I wanted to, but apparently
it's raining.
Are not piercing anything
during COVID
in the mask wearing area until the next phase.
Jesus Christ.
So no mouths, no lips, no noses.
You know what I heard recently? I don't know how true this is. I have to fact check myself. Maybe somebody listening can write a comment. We're just looking for one comment. Nobody leaves any comments. Please leave a comment.
Just leave one. Other than Jules, please.
So the CDC says that they will not.
Sounds like a gang.
Yeah, right?
CDC.
Yo, CDC. They said if you're gangbanging without a mask,
you're not gangbanging at all.
They said a lot of violence came out of this, wearing a mask, not wearing a mask. So they said if somebody enters a store without a mask,
fuck it.
They said, fuck it, leave it alone. Mm-hmm. Don't start commotion.
That's how it should be from the jump.
I know. America is it's a free country. But it's also not a very
it's a free-ish country.
Free-ish country, but it's not very it doesn't have concern for any other people.
No, not at all.
So if you're out there, we always say let humanity be your right-hand man and just go with the vibe. Even when I'm not wearing I have a mask on, I have my bandana around my face. If you see an old folk or you see people walking the street, we don't know the truth. I don't know the truth of what's going on. We don't know how crazy this is or how not crazy this is. So just step to the side. It's all about saying good morning. You know what I'm saying? Say good morning back to people.
I was helping Chris move this morning. Mm-hmm. Well, all fucking day basically. So at one point there was we had the truck parked on the corner. Their house is the second house from the corner. Mm. So at one point I walk out and I'm taking something to the truck. And this lady stops at the corner. She's an older lady. So she stops at the corner. We both make eye contact and we both froze. And then I made the first move and then I moved. And then once I came back, she moved. But it was so funny. It's just that whole situation where we're just oop.
I know. It's the COVID Tango.
I like that.
Yeah, it's
COVID Tango.
The COVID
Tango. Name of the episode. I'm going to write that down.
COVID Tango.
There's so many times that I'm editing the episode and I'm like, what should I name it? And I'm scrolling through shit to find something cool to name it.
The COVID Tango.
COVID Tango it is.
As the world burns.
Unless we find something better. The COVID Tango as the world burns.
Yeah. That's a cool imagery,
COVID Tango.
Everybody's like, oh. Don't enter the fire ring.
And just play the song. Dun, 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 dun,
or play this song.
Not kidding. And we're back. Oh shit. And we're back.
Welcome to the Hell Ring. Yeah.
It's Chet Michaels
and Ronnie Flonnie on WFuckYou.com. All right, so
funny because we always say Ronnie Flonnie first. So I was like, wait, what's the second name? So that's flip it around.
Chet Michaels and Ronnie Flonnie.
Ronnie Flonnie. I really do want to make a remake of that video.
So have you considered your beautiful, beautiful future as Mr. Tummy Giggles?
Mr. Tummy Giggles. No, not yet. Okay. It hasn't gotten that rough yet.
Okay.
If it gets rough and you see somebody on OnlyFans just showing maybe lips down.
Jay's first post.
Not a very buff looking body.
Jay's first post is going to be only down, no up with Mr. Tummy Giggles.
Just down, no up. That's going to be my thing. People pay for it.
I know.
I'm sure somebody will pay. I'm sure somebody jerks off like that.
Somebody has to.
If you mentioned it, I'm sure you've tried it.
No, I've never tried it. How dare you? And then it cuts to me like,
I'm a classy man. What is wrong with
it cuts
you?
to me like, you ever fuck your couch? Anyway.
I wanted to do something real quick before we get into something a little more serious.
Okay.
I want to play the Florida Man Challenge today.
What's the Florida Man Challenge?
I'm just going to Google the Florida Man and today's date. What's today's date? August 27th.
I believe so, yeah.
And see if anything funny pops up.
Okay.
The first one, Florida man, drunk and naked, allegedly set house on fire and failed cookie baking.
Jesus.
That's it. That one wins. Here we go. Florida man, drunk and naked, allegedly set house on fire and failed cookie baking attempt.
Wow.
That is great.
That's
I don't even have to go any further than that.
That's horrendous.
Let's see. Here's the next one. It's not as good as this one. Where the fuck did it go? Excuse me for the dead air.
Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay. We'll leave it at that.
Here, this is the perfect time to use this.
Hey.
Oh my God. There we go. They're laughing at you with the crickets.
Fuck you.
Anyway.
All right. So signal check. I know we recorded an episode late this past
It's
week.
basically
So
been 3 minutes since I've last talked to you.
It's been like 3 minutes since we spoke last. But how have you been?
Oh my God, I'm so great. No,
It's technically been since Sunday. Let's see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Today is Thursday night.
yeah.
We recorded this week's episode on Sunday, so we're 4 days from that day. So
I felt like this photography meme that I saw where it said marijuana and it showed a picture of somebody's eyes bloodshot. It said like cocaine with somebody's eyes bloodshot, and then it said Photoshop with somebody's eyes bloodshot. That was me, the
Same
last
person.
tier. Yeah, I've been on Photoshop like every day for like 9 hours, intense editing, because I'm starting this new thing where like I shoot people on green backgrounds and it's like a green screen. So like I'm going all out with trying to make my photography from around the world match in the backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? So
doing good.
thank you, man. Thank you.
Doing very, very well, my
Thank
friend.
you. I thought you were about to say that in the Trump voice.
No.
I was like,
You're doing stupendous.
I was about to say like I might feel like Pence for a second. Anyway,
I have huge respect for you, sir.
huge. So,
I like that photo you posted. It looked like Brokeback. I want to comment and say Brokeback Mountain too or something, but it's like a heterosexual couple, so doesn't apply.
Cindy sent me, which I thought was hilarious, the picture of Seth Rogen when he was making fun of Kanye's Bound.
Yes.
And
When
I
he
was
on
just,
the motorcycle.
exactly.
He's just like this.
He's like that. She said that's how they both felt. So I was like, mission accomplished. But I feel great. I got like crazy exciting news. At least for me, I'm nerding out. I don't know how you feel about it.
I feel great.
All right, awesome. I'm just checking.
I like the exclusivity of it.
Yeah.
There's only 700 or 1,000.
There's only 1,000 in the world right now. Jay and I got hit up by the team over at RED in California, and we have purchased our first RED camera, the RED Komodo. It's a 6K camera. I know I'm going to mention a bunch of things people probably don't understand, but if you're into cameras, study it, research it. It's the RED Komodo 6K. It's got global shutter. That means when you like shake, like no more jello effect in the thing. It's like what they use in movies. They basically produced this camera as like a crash cam, because when it came to Netflix and high-end movies, they always used like a Sony or a GoPro, and they said they wanted like high quality. So like Batman movies and stuff, they just handed one to the director of The Matrix. They're working on the next Matrix. The Komodo is going to be on the Matrix set. A lot of, big movies. It's crazy because it's literally a small box. It's like 4 inches by like 4 inches. And this is the Stormtrooper edition. Me being a huge Star Wars fan, they made 1,000 of these white editions. Comes with all these dope accessories. And
Want to play a game real quick?
let's do it.
Pick a number between 1 and 1,000.
Okay.
And the one that gets closest to it, the serial number that we get, wins.
Oh, to
bragging rights.
Okay. I'm hoping that we get something in the 700s, so I'm gonna go closest to 777.
777, and I'll document this. So we're gonna do Price is Right rules.
Let's do it. Yeah, Price is Right rules. Anything closest rounded to that number
Without
wins.
going over.
Without going over.
Okay. So
Well, you
got
can't.
it up there. All right. So
I'm saying 777 because I love 7, and I'm just putting all 3 numbers together. So if we get
so you got 777.
last time I saw it, they said somebody in Finland got one of the Komodos, and they said they got number 628.
Okay.
So I don't know what we're at. I know Nimi Hendrix in Jersey.
Shout out to Nimi.
He's a bit he kind of does like a lot of up and coming artists from Jersey or like surrounding areas.
Really smart guy.
Yeah. So Nimi Hendrix, he's got a Komodo.
So you have 777. I'm doing 900.
Okay. Either way, it's gonna be dope. They said because I don't know. I asked them, hey, how do we get like a stormtrooper? I reached out to Jared from Red. He's the owner of Red, and he put me on to this guy named Clark. And he's like, hey, Parlay and Jay. He's like, right now, the list is kind of like full.
Do it in this voice.
Hey, he was like, hey, Parlay and Jay, it's Clark from Red over in California. And I just wanted to let you know that all the Komodos are out, but we'll put you on a list to let you know if you get one at the last minute. So, whoa. So I said, funny enough, your sister's calling me.
It's not funny at all.
It's not funny at all. So, I got this email. He said, hey, because I reached out to him. I said, hey, when's the cutoff time to know, like, are we going to be like the basic people? Because the problem with Red, ever since COVID came around, they don't have the factories open to mass produce the camera. So they've been sending out to anybody ends up on the list, or like people that are working on movies, or like big time names that are testing out the camera in beta. So
we got exclusive shit.
We got exclusive ass shit, exclusive color. It comes with accessories nobody else is gonna get. It's like you got to pick from a special list. Everybody's gonna
hit the lottery.
We hit the lottery. Everybody else is gonna have to pay a different price. Mm-hmm. So we got on the list, and they shipped it today. So I'm
should get it soon.
Yeah, by Monday. Yeah. So like the only thing they said we have to wait on is like the memory card, because they took this company called Angel Bird, and like they made it their own like Red fast memory card. So it's a touch screen on the top. It's got continuous autofocus. First cinema camera with continuous autofocus.
That's the thing about this camera that annoys me. The non-autofocus.
So imagine this camera with like, you can change. All right, it's full RAW. It's 16-bit RAW. So you get like so many colors out of it. And it's one of those things, dynamic range is like around 15, 16 stops. So it's like,
you know what's funny? Now that I like know a lot about dynamic range, I'm looking at movies now, and I'm looking in the background, especially in like the dark areas.
Yes.
And I'm like, this looks so stupid.
I know.
And nobody notices it but me.
I know. But
like,
that's,
you see the rings around everywhere.
Yeah.
Even the Batman footage, like the one that was like black and red.
Yeah.
That was dropped a long time ago. You could see like it was bad.
So like for me, this is what's exciting. Like if you shoot in RAW with this camera, you can like recover so much with the highlights and the dark, and you can go from literally ISO 100 up to the highest ISO on the camera. So there's no blocking. Like, I don't know. It's a fucking beast. But
so,
it's, yeah.
Anybody looking to shoot a music video, holla at us.
Or a movie.
But the prices are going up. Remember that. Mm-hmm. So we got to pay back this camera.
The only thing, yes, for sure. The only thing is with the camera, it crops in. Like, we don't have 4K 60 like we do on the Blackmagic. The only slow motion is in 4K. But if you like the slow motion in 4K on the Blackmagic, it's the same thing. You still get the details. Mm-hmm. And then it goes into 120 frames into 2K, but after that, it really crops in, and then, it doesn't look as clean, but it's a crazy camera. Most movies you watch, guess what? It's 24 frames.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, not really shooting in that anyway, so.
Yeah, you got to do something really particular to
yes, sir.
300 frames or something, 1,000 frames.
So wait, did we check in? Signal check?
Yeah, that was my excitement. Since we just checked in, when I got the Komodo
I really like how we did it last time. So let's try it one more time. So you go.
Welcome to...
So you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the next segment of the show called...
Signal Check. Maybe we can just record ourselves doing that.
Maybe, and then put it in here.
Yeah.
But it'll be kind of weird. We just sit here and wait for the drop to go.
And we look at each other like that. Like mad worried.
But anyway, signal check for anybody that's new here. Like I explain every episode, it's us checking in with each other, mental health wise, period. Like we mentioned, we were only 4 days past the last time we spoke.
I forgot to tell you something else. Or I did tell you something, but I didn't tell everybody in TV land.
Mm-hmm. Or audio land.
Audio land. I found a iMac.
You did tell me.
In the garbage.
Does
Brand
it work?
new. Yes. I sent it to the computer place. The only thing I had to swap out was the hard drive because the hard drive was stopping it from booting. It's 1 terabyte of hard drive space.
Oh my God.
8 gigs of RAM.
So that's probably better than the one we have here, right?
It's a 2013 joint, but it's like the same look and everything like that. And I'm just like, what?
What are the specs on this one?
The specs on here, I got right now, I think I have 16 or 32 gigs of RAM. I know that's a big difference, but this is like the video card. Yeah, this I have a tera too.
Okay.
But like, come on.
It's free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we got a new computer.
It's fucking nuts to me.
I mean,
you could be on the laptop. I could be here, and we could have. We can hire. We can hire
an
intern, and they could be editing.
Yes,
this is crazy.
It is crazy,
and that's how you do it up in Montclair.
Level fucking up. That's
how garbage nights.
So for anybody that's not familiar with Montclair is a very bougie area in certain parts of Montclair.
Yeah. It's only because it's about old money versus gentrification.
Exactly. So there's a little bit of gentrification, a little bit of old people money. I'm pretty sure there's like some mobsters in the area. So these people are throwing out brand new shit to the garbage. Like, for example, a computer like that, all you had to do was replace the hard drive. Instead, people are like, fuck it, get a new one and throw this one to the trash. You found a mini fridge still with the plastic wrap on it.
I found a soundbar.
$400 soundbar for free. It still had the box, didn't it?
Yeah.
So, So if you're looking to pick up some gold from people's trashes, head over to the rich areas. Just watch out for the Karens out there.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for those because they will chase you as you try to steal their mini fridge they put down the street.
Don't take my garbage.
I was like, I never took your child. No, that's horrible.
But you didn't take their child.
I know. No. Damn
it. So again, 4 days from Sunday, nothing much has really happened. Just been working a lot on my end, trying to keep up with clients.
There's got to be some like dark.
It's been hot as fuck.
There's got to be some dark world behind your working. I know you're just not working. There's got to be something else. There's got to be something deeper.
No, really not.
Cutscene?
Not yet. Yeah, pretty much. It hasn't really much been. You're my dyslexic ass. Much has not really been happening. There we go. Literally, like I work, come home, shower, eat. I don't know, watch a movie, work on some photos. And that's it. At least the last few days, that's how it's been. Maybe something more interesting will happen this weekend, hopefully.
I mean, you had the homie Josh coming.
Josh is coming tonight.
That's usually pretty exciting.
Which sucks. His plane landed in Philadelphia, supposedly to get fuel. Like, how does a plane leave a destination? They're like, yo, we don't have enough gas. We're going to stop here real quick. And the plane doesn't like stop for like 5 minutes. It's just like, a whole hour process.
It's weird to me that the plane is in Philly when it was stopping in Jersey or JFK?
Jersey.
All right, so Jersey's like you're so.
It was supposed
close.
to land at 8.
You're so close.
Right.
Like, how did you?
Right. Like, who's in charge of like the gas? Like, the pilot doesn't look at the fuel tank and it's just like, hey, We need some gas.
Listen, I know that the cutting jobs at the post surface, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yo, speaking of which, I saw somebody driving a personal vehicle, dropping off the mail. I don't know if there's their personal vehicle or if the USPS is buying cheap cars.
That would be me. I was like, fuck it.
But yeah,
you guys need help. I need to get my mail.
A regular Dodge, and somebody pops out with like the whole bag. I thought they were like done with their shift, but no, it said US mail on the side.
It's been very, very hard on the USPS people. We're with you. Thank you for doing all the, it's like it's another dirty job in a sense that nobody thinks about, but thank you for keeping, like the mail lady that comes here, she's really nice. She never seems overwhelmed. I think she takes her strides pretty well, but they communicated to me at the post office, again, looking for my prescription, that things are rough. Things are real rough right now.
Thanks to your homegirl.
Yeah, no. That just makes you Mr. Tommy Giggles inside.
We're going to put a little laughing sound for Mr. Tommy Giggles.
As the world burns.
As the world burns.
Jay gets his Joker on.
When I'm drinking, you're supposed to like speak. Felt weird there. But yeah. So USPS workers are going through it.
Shout out to FedEx though. FedEx, the thing is, they'll tell you that you got your package 3 hours before you do. But it'll come. UPS is usually the one that it's like, we got here. Things there. Good to go. And Amazon. Amazon and UPS, you've been doing your thing. FedEx, a little late with it. It's like a little laggy. And USPS, oh my God.
A little laggy.
USPS will be like 3 months later.
Fucking USPS. This is a mess. But sorry if we're all over the place, but we were just trying to get the jokes out before we talk about something a little more serious.
Yeah, because it's going to get serious.
Yeah, so I guess we could dive into it. This is the What's the Wave section of the show. Damn. There it is. This is What's the Wave. So now What's the Wave is just us talking about any current events or anything that we're up to, anything that we're working on, stuff like that. I guess,
it's interesting that you use the word wave, because I'm like, between COVID and just like seas of massacres, it's definitely a wave.
It's definitely a wave. And that's I didn't even put that together, actually. Waves go up and down, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how life is, right?
That's always how life is. It's the most natural roller coaster.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I shouldn't even be laughing in the sense that shit has been horrendous. We try to lighten the spirits of our listeners. I know a lot of you are listening from the UK. You guys are like the European version of America. You're like a more sophisticated American, but you still deal with the same bullshit.
Because your accents are much cooler than ours.
Yeah. And they know it too. You guys know your accents just get you indoors that the average American can't get into. You guys will say something. You could be the dumbest. You could be the worst of your graduating class.
It still sounds smart.
It still sounds smarter.
That's it?
But no, honestly, there's been a lot of shootings. There's been a lot of shootings. There's been a lot of rioting. There has been literally cities on fire. There's been, oh my God, there's been bumping of heads in politics. There's been, again, just overwhelming prejudice, racism. Economy is taking a hit like crazy. Jobs, I don't know. People are trying to make the best of a lot right now. Jobs are on the decline. Nobody knows where things are going come fall because, if a virus gets worse or if just people don't know what they're doing or how they're supposed to go about things properly, things get more complicated. We're lucky right now. It's summertime for the whole world. for most areas. Some places have still warmer winters, but things fluctuate. And like Jay said, and we said many times on the podcast, we have to learn how to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of, I shouldn't say, you don't want fear to drive any of this, right? You don't want to be fearful. You don't want you don't want fear to get the best of you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to stay strong in these moments, and you have to do everything you can to be non-divisive, right? Try to be as, don't take a side if it's right. But again, it's really, for me, it's hard to tell what's right and what's wrong now. What's right and what's wrong. Like it's instinctively, I don't want to, what's that? I just want to stay neutral in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
I want to stay neutral with a lot of things. And usually I'm outspoken about it, but I don't know. I just really want to stay neutral, and I want to get your ideas on it too.
What in particular?
it could be about wearing the mask with the virus. Like propaganda wise, media wise, I feel like it's always been fear driven. It's kind of like, non-biased media right now is very hard to come across. Mm-hmm. Politically, globally, economically, I don't know who to trust. And that's a big problem. I think that's another thing that's going to come out of this pandemic, out of whatever's going on right now, is that something will emerge that will give us better information, that will filter information. Like, I don't like seeing people, whether they falsify information or if it's true. I see big platforms blocking people, removing, everything. Like, it just seems so crazy to me. We were in a world of, take it for what it is. Mm-hmm. Now it's just, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Too many things are going on.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to anything in general, I feel like it's just trust your gut. Don't look too crazy into anything, because once you fall into the world of doing research, you're going to find things that you believe anyway, Yeah. So if you're so far this way, you're going to look up anything that will feed that part of you, Yeah. So when it comes to the masks, it's just like, it is what it is, better to be safe than sorry, whether this thing exists or not. I'm going to play it like it does.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play it like it's the worst thing on the planet, right? Because it's like that metaphor that I always tell you. It's like the bag of 100 Skittles. If one of them is in that bag that can kill your mom or your dad or your grandfather, grandmother, are you willing to take that risk of digging into that bag of Skittles and eating one of them? I'm not going to do it. So it is what it is. Again, you have to be adaptable. And also the same thing. If an asshole wants to walk into the store, not wear one, don't start a fight over it. It is what it is. Yeah. Let them do them. You do you. Take care of yourself. Wash your hands. You're supposed to be washing your hands anyway. This has taught me to wash my hands way more than I used to. Even when I come in from like outdoors, I wash my hands now. And that's a good habit to pick up, So I'm not complaining about that. The wearing of the masks, I'm definitely, even after everything is said and done, I think I'm going to start wearing the mask even just when I'm sick or when somebody else is, around me that's sick.
Well, that's one thing that, I've seen in Japan, China, Korea.
People used to get criticized all the time at the airport. The Japanese people wearing the mask all the time.
I mean,
they were ahead of the curve.
They were definitely ahead of the curve. I think it's always, there's so many people that always had come to the work and just sneezing. They're like, I don't feel so good. I'm like, well, you're just going to pass it along. So, I mean, we did learn a lot to, be a lot more sanitary. And I like that. Mm-hmm. It's just, I don't know if it's just our area, because I see other areas getting worse, right? I just feel like violence and aggression gets crazier in the South, in the Midwest, or, it's a hard take, but I just notice people here are very judgmental. Like, if you don't have a mask, if you have a mask, if you this and that, like, people are saying,
this person.
Yeah, they're saying if you don't wear a mask, you're a Republican. If you wear a mask, you're a Democrat. It's just getting too much in that sense.
If you wear a mask, you're called sheeple, apparently.
Yeah, if you wear a mask, you're called sheeple. If you don't wear a mask, you're a fucking lunatic, and you should burn in hell too. Like it's horrible. It's horrible. I wanted to ask you.
Yes,
and I thought this what?
Yes, I will.
Okay. I mean, that's an interesting answer.
Whatever it is.
That's an interesting answer. Now we have for vice president pick on Biden's end, we have Carmella, right?
Carmella Anthony.
Carmella Anthony. I heard she got a high jumper, you know what I'm saying?
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala. There we go.
That sounds like a really nice type of coffee. Kamala Harris. Now, you know what have you done your research a little bit on her?
I don't want to.
All right.
I don't want to because that's going to make me... See, look, the way I see it is this, right? I know Trump is going to win, mainly because of this. People, and I saw somebody post this the other day. They were like, you want me to vote Democrat, but this person did this. This person did that. Mm-hmm. This person did this. This person had that. Yeah. And completely ignoring what this person in office has done the whole time he's been in office, before he's been in office. So it's basically like everybody that says, oh, I'm not going to vote for the lesser of two evils. Well, that's unfortunately the situation that we're in right now.
Yeah.
And
because I had a conversation with a man of color. He's a doctor. Mm-hmm. And he had the most non-biased reflection on it. And I was like, wow, this is refreshing to hear. Because you would think he's very intelligent. He's in Pakistani. And he said, listen, we all know Trump is just harsh. He could be prejudiced. He could be racist, to a certain extent. He's conservative with it, right? Mm-hmm. Melania she's married to him, right? I saw some people that were like, oh, I loved her speech. She seems like she's just, she seems like a good person, Melania. She might not, be the American,
She seems like a prisoner in her situation.
That's what I'm saying, though. But she's trying to do the best that she can with her position, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that sucks for her because, yeah, she's a model. People are like, she has a lot of work done for sure. So people are like, she's about fashion. So it looks like something you would see out of Zoolander, right? You're like, she's very foreign, but she's like, what, the American dream, right? Mm-hmm. Think about it. Like if there was a Dominican vice president with a little bit of accent, it wouldn't be by the book, but it would be something that somebody can look up to, right? So I think that's cool. Mm-hmm. She might have done some things just to get in her position, whatever. Who doesn't? Same thing. Kamala Harris. Kamala. I'll get your name right eventually. I'm not trying to disrespect you. But same thing. I don't know. Joe Biden, she seemed like, okay, she's a woman of color, but she's also created the situation for the black, in prison. She's enforced the prison system. And that's the only thing I hear that I'm like, is she really for the people? Mm-hmm. And this is not this is not an attack, but at the same time, people are saying that she's bettered her knowledge on that since then. Mm-hmm. So I like that.
Right.
Too. Joe Biden, I understand why he never got a microphone while Obama was in, because he doesn't sound like his marbles are there.
No, he's definitely lost a few.
He's lost a few, and I just it just makes me sad when you had somebody that was maybe his similar age, like Bernie Sanders, that he was like, I don't know, Bernie Sanders was sharp. He was a little out there for some people, but he was sharp with it, and he sounded more like a leader than, I don't know, I feel like he can't even read a teleprompter. Kind of like Trump. Mm-hmm. Trump can't read a teleprompter, but I just feel like same thing with this whole cop situation and everything else. It's like the Star Wars universe. Mm-hmm. There's like 3 good guys trying to do a lot, And there's like 50,000 stormtroopers and Darth Vader that are saying, welcome to the Empire. So it's like, to me, it's like, I always try to keep at heart this metaphor that somebody said, even I think I've mentioned it before, even in a huge dark room, when you light a little match, it illuminates the whole room. Not maybe like a lamp or something, but it's a starting point. You can find your way with that match lit. So with all that being said, I hope that everybody, if you go vote, right, that you really just break down everything. Even if you don't like Trump, if you don't like Biden, do your research of what like the Democratic Party's been doing. Dig deeper. Like Democratic Party's been like the smooth criminal over the years. It's not the Democratic Party that we all kind of knew like a long time ago, that our parents, our grandparents knew. And it's the same thing for the Republicans. But the Republicans are like straightforward dirty. They're like, see, this is how we roll. You're going to roll with us. We don't really like these people. And we're going to let you know we don't like these people. So it's so straightforward. But like, same thing with the Democratic Party. So do your research. Really find like that like 0.1% that's going to, that we're able to work with as a society to push us forward. And that's the most important. And even like, don't believe the hype. Read the facts, find the facts. And even if it's like, I fucking hate Trump, but you know, like he can run and like he'll do something else. Like maybe he'll take another person out of prison and like, I don't know, like, or like Biden, like he'll be like, okay, let's bring back a healthcare system that actually like really helps people. Like just like be non-biased about it. Cause we as a community, like what politics does to us is separate us. And that's the last thing we need. We don't need separation. The whole goal is, as a humanity, we don't want to be parasites. That shouldn't be our goal, is to be parasites, to like just eat everything up and fucking hate each other. Like we want to work as a nucleus. Like we want to be an atom that heals, right? You want to do something better. So again, just like really do your research, be non-biased with it. And even if you don't like somebody for a certain value, think of it as a business deal. There's a lot of people we do business with that were like, okay, I'm not really feeling this jerk. I don't like how he talks to me. He never says please or thank you. But if he pays the bill on time, that's what fucking matters. And I think it's the same thing in politics. Politics is business. This country is a fucking corporation. It's a business.
You're damn right.
So who's gonna fucking take you there business-wise? And that's what people have to look at. I don't have to like the person I'm doing business with, but will they get the job done? You don't have to like your landscaper, but if he makes that bush.
The green one?
Yes.
Okay.
If he takes care of that bush.
You better check on your wife.
That's all I'm getting to, man.
God damn it. There it is.
There you go. But that's my take on it. You know what I'm saying? I've learned, I think this is maybe just like my maturity in adulthood, or maybe my awakening from what I'm getting from all this. But I want to know the truth. I want to know what is going to help us. You know what I'm saying?
Can you really know the truth?
You can.
Will you?
To only to a certain extent. Don't lose friends and family over this bullshit, because again, it's so divisive. Like, when I think about the reality of like us really losing people physically this year, it's not worth my time or energy to get in a fucking dispute for me to resent somebody. We're here to educate each other. Like, don't come to the table with some bullshit if you're talking to your friends. Don't try to upper hand somebody all the time. The best thing I heard from Nas was Nas said when he was working on the come up with Premiere and everybody, he said, you know what I did? I looked at everybody on the studio mixer boards and I just looked and I listened. I didn't open my mouth. And sometimes you have to do that. Like, you have to take in information and don't be bigger than your bridges just because that's the hype thing to do. That's in fashion to do.
Yep. And that's kind of pretty much how I play a room, no matter what room it is. And people will turn to me and always say, oh, you're so quiet. Oh, you're so shy. You're so timid. And I'm like, no, I'm just observing.
Observation is a great thing.
Yep. And you know, I mean, I will second the whole idea of doing your research.
Yeah.
And just drop all of your biases and just do your research. Nobody's perfect, but whoever is, I guess, favoring your agenda, vote for that person. It is what it is. If you feel like Trump is going to help your business or your corporation, or he's more for the higher class people, then I can't blame you for voting for him. I don't know if Kamala Harris is, you know, her past isn't the brightest. Whose really is these days? You know what I mean? So
really look like who's got your bag waiting for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like everything else. It's like just weigh out the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
I think humility. I think humility and failure is a great thing. Like if you can become one with humility and failure, put your ego to the side. Not to, again, when you're around friends and family, if you talk politics, you get into it for some reason, don't bring your ego to the table. Really just talk it out with people in the sense of like, hey, don't be like, hey, if we're voting for Trump, we're going to be better than you. Or if we're voting for Biden, our country, we living in the same place. You know what I'm saying? So we got to look out for each other, because those people that are getting nominated or entered into seats, they're not going to look out for us the way that we do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the people like your mayors and your neighbors. Like you don't want to end up in beef with your neighbors because of, oh, he didn't wear a mask during COVID and he voted for Trump and Biden. Like there are people literally dying right now, and it could be, I mean, it is, because a lot of the time the Republicans go quiet when the white people with rifles make noise, you know what I'm saying? And then they don't speak up for the black people. But you know what I love? And I've been waiting for this for a long time. I know you're disappointed, but I love that the NBA realized, or NFL realized, how powerful they are. Sports are so powerful.
I'm disappointed. Why?
No, I'm not saying, because I know like a lot of them, like they're not doing games.
It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
I know what the bigger picture is.
I know. That's what I love about it. I'm just saying, like, I know you love your sports, but I'm so glad. That's one thing that I love is I saw a lot of athletes, a lot of coaches speak up recently, and they realized the power and influence that they have on their communities. And I think
even on this show that I watch is like a NBA commentating type of show. Even one of the black hosts walked off set, like during the set. And his white counterpart, this guy's a freaking angel, Ernie Johnson. He was like, I respect that. As he's walking off, he like unplugs his mic. He's like, I'm gonna have to support the players on this one. I'm gonna have to walk off set because everything that's going on. And his white counterpart was like, I respect that. So
it's literally times of do or die.
Yeah.
And I'm just, again, that's the type of things I want to see. That's what gives me chills. Like I just thought about it. I was like, that's the humanity we need. You know, like
they have so much control. So much control. And I thought actually the season was going to end. And I was like, yo, that's going to be wild. Because the Lakers and the Clippers are the two biggest teams. LeBron is the biggest basketball player on the planet. He was like, I'm not playing anymore. But I found out today that they're going to vote it to continue. Which I mean, I can also get, because people need money and they need their checks or whatever to stay alive or what.
Yeah.
That was a crazy move yesterday.
That's what sucks in the capitalistic mentality of America, is that you have righteousness and value, and then you have the dollar bill that's dangled over your head all the time. And it's such a rough time right now, because it's literally communities of people fighting for their rights still as human beings. COVID, trying to live a sanitized, separated.
Sounds like we're talking about a person every time. It's like, COVID, that fucking asshole.
So you got to balance that, right? There's no jobs because of COVID. And then you're trying your best to go about it respectfully, in the sense like, if it is as bad as they say, if it's not as bad, you just, as a respectful human being, you're opening a restaurant owner, you're trying to do the 6 feet apart thing. Your employees are wearing masks, you're sanitizing the shit out of everything every second. You're doing it the right way. But then you got to deal with the politics of everything too. So it's like, it's such a hard balance right now. And I give it to anybody that is keeping their own head up emotionally, that is keeping their business afloat. You know, that's why I have like big respect for Red, going right back to Red. They're hopeful as a cinema company. They're hopeful that like, hey, the Matrix is still going on. Like, let's do that. Let's do as much as we can from our office because we can't open, you know, the factory to mass produce things.
That's crazy.
That's crazy to me.
Gotta respect that. And that's like conversations we always have in the car. It's like the people that will win and the people that will move forward are the adaptable and the resourceful ones. And then everybody else is just gonna burn. I mean, obviously there are some places that unfortunately they had, you know, their financial ruts. And this was kind of just a tipping point. But I think the people that will survive are the smart ones, the efficient ones, and the people that think 10 steps ahead. Because I see people already getting ready for the fall and the winter time. Restaurants, I mean. Because after that is no outdoor dining, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens then. But I'm picturing, at least on my end, I'm picturing a lot of staying at home during the wintertime. You know what I mean? The cold is not pleasant, but
No.
you know, and especially when you have the limitations of not being able to say, hey, you know, let's just go out for a little bit, maybe grab a drink or, you know, grab some food or something just to get out of the house and stuff like that. So, so we'll see how it goes. I mean, I have this conversation with one of the parents of the kids that I work with. Is just literally just living day by day. You know what's gonna happen tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. And before we have like 9 minutes until the hour mark. Before we move forward, I just wanted to address the whole Jacob Blake. Did I say that right?
I believe so.
I want to double check that because I've been Googling his name all day today and I don't want to get that wrong. Jacob Blake, yes. The gentleman that was shot by police officers several days ago. And what
seven shots?
7 shots into his back. Several days ago. I think it was about a week ago now. And just the craziness that's going on in the country because of it.
There was also the what's his name? He had the assault rifle.
Kyle, whatever the fuck his name is.
He went right through police and shot.
It's so crazy to me that, like, when I walked in today, I had told you that they're painting a picture of 2 gentlemen, complete opposite gentlemen, 2 different situations.
They're not even gentlemen. One's a fucking asshole.
Right.
I mean, I don't even know the other guy's story, and I'm not defending because of the death. I don't know anybody's story. You know what I'm saying? Nobody deserves to fucking die. Like, you know, like in the sense of we don't know their story. I doubt that they. I mean,
well, what I've been reading today, and obviously what I was going to say is that they're painting Jacob Blake as a criminal. They're saying there was a knife in his car. So basically, I see the crumbs. I see the things that they're trying to pull already. They're trying to justify the police's actions as justifiable. And then the other guy on the other end, this Kyle character, doesn't have a license for that rifle that he was carrying. Shot, I think 3 people, killed 2 or something like that. And then today I'm reading stories that the person that he shot assaulted him. And that's why he shot the person. So they're justifying him killing these people. And it's like, it's a crazy world that we're living in. And because how people are getting mad at Jacob Blake for not listening to a police officer or the orders of a police officer and then getting shot in front of his fucking family. And then this fucking white kid comes out of nowhere, out of state, mind you. He crossed state border to go to this protest and to literally antagonize people, to justify his actions, to shoot somebody. Because you're not going to show up to a fucking place to what?
that's crazy.
He's a fucking has-been or wants to be a police officer or whatever, flexing his rifle or whatever. It's stupid.
Well, this is the same. I guess this is the same debate they were having about George Floyd, right? George Floyd held a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach which ended up in a report. Stuff like that. Those aren't right things, but we also, it goes so deep. Again, we could be on here for hours, but we know that systematic racism things, life is hard for a lot of people. Some people take the beautiful long road and make it out of the, situation that they were born into because they don't have a choice. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I could, there's nothing I could justify about George Floyd about holding a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach. I think it's horrible, but I also didn't think he deserved to die the way he died. Right. Death is like the last thing. Like, live your life. Like, go to court. Right. Get trialed.
I was going to say, that's what I tell people all the time is like, one doesn't have to do with the other. Like, he wasn't killed for those actions.
No.
And even then, you should not be killed for that.
Yeah.
Like, we're a country that prides itself on its justice system, right?
Exactly.
And giving you the freedom or the right to a fair trial. But these people are not giving these people even an opportunity to defend themselves. It's like Jacob Blake walking away from these police officers, trying to get in his car. Does he have a knife? Who fucking knows? Does he have another weapon in the car? Who knows? There was 3 men there, 3 officers that could have tackled him, taken him to the ground, handcuffed him, go through the process. And it's just like they're the judge. What is the expression? The judge, jury, and the executioner right then and there. So
that's what I'm saying. If Democrats really have a plan for some type of justice reform, I hope it's a great plan. I think I should look into it some more. Same thing with the Republicans. Like, if you want to, like, you're so worried about the borders, but when you have criminals, terrorists within your own country, that's the problem. That's the problem. So, that's why I said you got everybody that's listening, even outside of the U.S. We all have to think about what's the right decision, what will justify our decisions, what will actually be put into action so it makes it less accessible for police to kill people, less accessible for somebody that deals with weird mental states that are able to access guns. Guns should be, everybody should have access to whatever they want, but it's the idea of responsibility. It's about background checks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get your license if you can't K-turn, right? What's making it so easy for people to pick up guns? We need a harder, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, it's super strict over here in Jersey, in New York.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff doesn't happen here.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But still, again, same thing that I'm saying before. As a society, as a humanity, that's the beauty. Jersey and New York got it together. We should be the brothers and sisters teaching the other, states around us. Like, hey, this kind of works for us. Maybe you should look into it. That's what I'm saying. Because of America as a whole, we can't be like, we're good, hope you're good. And that personally in my life, I always want to change that mentality of people. It's like, this is, I hope everybody's good together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I know it's definitely something that's not going to change overnight, or even maybe in this generation or the next, or maybe even after that. But
yeah, evolution takes.
Right. So it's a different world out there, especially in the South. So, but yeah, I mean, we could talk about this all day, like you always say, but just wanted to point that out and the frustrations of the things that's been going on the last few days, and just having this conversation over and over. It's like a revolving door. It's like it's cool for a couple weeks. The protests go. People get arrested at these protests for no damn reason. And then we're right back at square one. So we'll see what happens moving forward. Just read a headline over here saying that Jacob Blake is actually handcuffed to his hospital bed, according to his family.
Wow.
Yeah. So not only was he shot 7 times, now he's possibly paralyzed from the waist down. And you handcuff the man to his hospital bed.
Like he's really going somewhere.
Right. So, That's the America that we live in. So
You know what? Last word that I'm going to have on this
Mhm.
is that whether you think someone in your family could commit to something that anybody has committed to, in a sense, like atrocity or something, put yourself in the shoes of the mother, the father, sister, brother, the wife, the husband, of anybody that got shot. Think about the trauma of actually experiencing watching one of your loved ones, whether they have problems or not, get shot in front of you. Just take a moment, like really imagine that shit, right? Imagine someone in your family dealing with deep fucking anxiety because the color of their skin.
Mhm.
Think about those things. Think about, just really go fucking deep, right? Because a lot of people can be religious, right? A lot of people can be spiritual. A lot of people, like myself, delve so deep in studying cameras and stuff. How about we take a moment to really fucking delve within ourselves and think about what these people are fucking feeling?
Mhm.
Because that's my thing. If we don't reflect, if we don't have any empathy, we're lost.
Mhm.
That's where we become parasitic. And we're going to run through energy. We're going to run through resources. We're going to run through money. It doesn't matter how much money you fucking get at the end of the day. We are going to destroy each other.
Mhm.
We are not parasites. We're human beings. Like, just remember that. So that's my last word.
Amen. Can't follow that. Again, it's only been 4 days, but I have nothing for the gallery. And again, we're probably going to touch upon these topics moving forward for the next episode, or maybe even after that. So we'll see how everything unfolds. But this is where we're at right now, and we're at the hour mark. I don't have a gallery artist today. I might actually have a painter that I want to shout out.
Can I play?
If you want to play a song, please do.
A Natural released a brand new track on. It's not. He wants you guys to pre-order. Make this clear. Support your artist. There is a pre-order up for A Natural's No Pressure, which I love. That's the song I'm gonna play. And A Natural's Underwater. He's working on a new project. So is Lenny Harold. We played their music in the past, but I came across this track recently. A Natural dropped it on YouTube, and I want you guys to have a listen because super fire. It's a whole different vibe I've never heard from the homie. And he should be very proud of this work. I think A Natural, when he works on things from his heart during these times, you hear it.
You hear that, sir?
Yeah, like I can feel your lyrics. Beautiful words. I listen to all of them. It's like, here we go. I'm going to stop talking.
What's the name of the song?
No Pressure.
The song is called No Pressure. It's on YouTube and all social.
Just YouTube and
Okay.
up for pre-order.
So it's on YouTube. Head over to YouTube.
With a soft mind. Wonder why you worry about what lesser people think. Head lifted with closed eyes. I wish you could see you more than what you really think. You could simply walk by. Out of body, my spirit wants to mingle with yours and never tell you goodbye.
Yeah.
Won't you rest a moment? Take a chance to see all of the colors that you missed. Greens and blues, my favorite. I'm sure that they could mix with just the perfect complement, and we don't have to touch it. I'm content with only looking deep into your soul, cause that is where your love lies. Yeah. Baby, no pressure comes from me.
That's all you guys get. If you want, you got to put it on pre-order.
Yes. Wow.
Beautiful, right?
Yes.
Super, super dope track. Support the homie A Natural.
So A Natural. That is A-Natural.
Yes.
Song's called No Pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure.
I
Available
listened
on
to the
YouTube.
intro to his project. Oh my god, amazing.
You have anybody else?
I
Trying
would
to find the. Okay, I got my shit.
rock out.
Okay, so this person I follow on Twitter is just a random art person. So it's a painter by the name of Elsie or Else. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's Elsie. Her Twitter name is Art by ELS. So Art by Else. She does a lot of dope shit. The stuff that I've seen is a lot of Dragon Ball Z stuff. Here, I'll show you. It's very clean with her work, very vibrant colors. Let me head over here. And if I'm not too lazy, I'll post some of her art on the YouTube channel. So you can head over to the YouTube channel so you could see her name and maybe some of her artwork. Again, if I'm not too lazy, I'll post some. But she's just a really dope painter. And I like her stuff. So I think people can head over to, I think her Instagram name is also Art by Else. Yeah. So it's Art by Else _ on Instagram. So it's ARTBYELS _ Again, if you're watching it on the YouTube, I'll put it somewhere on the screen. That way you could watch, so you can see the name and check it out. And again, head over there. Check her out. That is all who I have today. So no music on my end, just a dope ass painter that I stumbled across on Twitter.
That's all we
Now I
need.
follow on Instagram. So
I spoke to the homie CPO, aka Chris Porter, and I think we might have him on the show soon. He's like, why don't you guys ever ask me? I'm a big fan. So I was like, all right.
Actually, he's actually on the list.
Perfect.
We're just working down our list, sir.
That's it.
And then COVID hit, but
Yeah.
you know, we'll get back on it. We'll have some guests on the show, maybe even on the phone. But Chris Porter, I definitely want to have him in person because he's a lively individual that I'd like to talk to in person. So
yeah, we chopped it up the other day. He came through, checked out some camera gear that he was thinking about investing in, and yeah, I spread some knowledge. He bought lunch. It was good to go.
dope. So shout out to Chris Porter, aka CPO. One of,
CPO.
Jersey OGs. That's not really old.
Nah, man, he's coming.
Guy.
He's coming out with a book.
Mhm.
He said, "Why I Failed Rap." I think that's the title.
That is a dope name.
He's got some things coming.
I remember the first time we saw CPO was at the Meadowlands.
Yeah.
You remember this?
Yep.
We did a show at the Meadowlands and he went on before us. And after his set, this fucking guy,
Hold it down.
Hold It Down.
Hold it
That
down.
was the name of his song, Hold It Down. I remember like it was yesterday. This fucking guy threw iPod shuffles into the crowd. This is when iPod shuffles were a thing. He had 4 or 5 iPod shuffles and threw them into the crowd.
Yeah.
And we had to follow that. We had a guitarist there. Like, we tore it up too. But it was like, damn, we got to follow that up.
We had a
We don't
discussion
have
with
iPods.
Sipo. He's like, if I could shoot like you, and if you had my hustle game,
Mhm.
he's like, it'd be crazy. I'm like, well, we kind of,
Mhm.
as a marketer, he's very intelligent in that lane.
Smart
So,
guy. Smart
yeah.
guy. But yeah, shout out to Sipo. We'll have him on the show sometime in the next week or two. Hopefully the next episode if things line up with our schedules and stuff like that. So
I think he's ready spaghetti.
yeah, man. So ready spaghetti, and we are ready for Betty spaghetti.
Because we are.
Yes. Let's start that back up. We are ready to wrap up this show. So, like all the times, we'll head back into this.
We are Ronnie Flonnie and Chet Michaels. That's not really our names, but
No, it's not. But when this music is on and this voice is permeating through your ears, we are those characters. So,
whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, let's get our lightsabers out and switch them.
what the fuck?
I just want to fuck you guys up there at TV Land.
What the hell? So, before we send this off, Head over to the YouTube. Make sure to subscribe, please, if you're watching this. Or if you listen to this on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, just head over to the YouTube and subscribe to our channel. Please do that. Leave a comment, leave a review. You don't have to do that as long as you subscribe, please. Tell a friend also. If you're on Apple Podcasts, make sure you take 2 seconds literally to go to the homepage of the show, write a review, leave a rating. And if you're on Spotify, please take literally half a second to follow the show. It will mean the world to us.
And if you don't do any of those things,
I will find you.
Drop a great
Spooky season's around the corner.
Hell yeah.
But
and if you don't do any of those things, just be a good fucking person.
That's it, man. Just stop being an asshole. Love each other, please.
If somebody says good morning, just say good morning back. It'll change somebody's life.
Or at least give them the head nod.
You could do that.
Something. Okay, I think we're just about wrapped up here. We're an hour and 10 minutes in.
With that said,
we love you guys. Hold on. This is episode 42 of the Terrible Reception Radio Show /podcast. This is the ASMR version. Hey, we love you.
that was good.
Thank you. I'm working on it for my OnlyFans page.
Oh my God.
Mr. Tummy Giggles ASMR.
Why is he topless, mommy?
Stop asking. Get off that page. Get off the computer.
With that said, let's hit him with the intro in the outro. Wabam!
All right. I'll tell you the truth.
Can you hear it?
We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5.